Hello? Hello? Good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to all of you. On behalf of Apollo Computer Education, I sincerely thank each one of you for joining today's free live webinar on data analytical. We are delighted to have a students from different educational backgrounds and profession joining us today. Whether you are a college student, a recent graduate, or someone looking to build a successful career in IT industry, you have made a great decision by investing your time today. Before we begin, I would like to request everyone to stay with us until the end of the session because we have a few exciting surprises and important career guidance waiting for you. So, today's webinar is designed to help you understand what data analyst really is, why companies are hiring data analysts in huge number, the skill employers are looking for, and how beginner can start a career in this field even without a prior experience. This is not going to be theory session. Instead, you will see a practical concepts, industry insight, and real career opportunity. So now it's my pleasure to introduce today's trainer. Our trainer has extensive experience in data analytical and has trained numerous students to build a successful career in IT industry. With strong expertise in Power BI and more analytical tools, our trainer believe in making complex concepts simple and practical. So please join me in giving me a warm virtual welcome to Miss Jennifer Daniel. Over to you, Jennifer.
Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. Good evening, everyone. I hope all of you are doing well. First of all, thank you everyone for taking time out of your busy schedule to attend today's webinar. It tells me one thing, you are serious about learning something new and exploring better opportunities. Before we begin, I had like to know a little about our audience. If in the chat box, please type if you are a student, you can type I'm a student, or if you are a graduate, you can type graduate, or if you are a working professional, you can type working professional, or you have any career break, you can type career break. And also tell me where you are joining from. Okay. I hope everyone can chat in the chat box. Once again, I welcome everyone for this wonderful webinar. Wonderful. It's great to see participants from different backgrounds. Today's session is designed especially for beginners. Don't worry if you have never learned programming or data analytics before. By the end of this session, you will understand what is data analytics is and why every industry uses it today, and also the career opportunities available for data analytics and what are the skills required for data analytics and how to start learning in the right way. So feel free to ask questions in the chat throughout the session. We will reserve time at the end to answer as many as possible. So let us begin our exciting journey into the world of data analytics. Okay, let's move on to today we are going to see about data analytics, a one-to-one beginner-friendly walkthrough of what data analytics actually is, why it matters, and the tools people use to do it, and make it real. We are not just going to talk theory. We will walk through a live example comparing Swiggy and Zomato, a two food delivery apps, and see how a real analyst would think throughout the comparison. No prior experience needed. If you have never touched Excel or written a line of code, you are in the right place. So, today's agenda, what we will cover today is here is the roadmap. We will start with the basics, what is data and what is analytics and how they fit together. Then we will look at why this actually matters for businesses. After that, I will show you the key tools people use like Excel, SQL, Python, and Power BI, and the steps every analytics project follows. Then comes the fun spot, a live example comparing Swiggy versus Zomato, where we will actually walk through a mini project together. We will close with key takeaways on what you can do this week to get started. So let us move on to the next slide. What is data? Let us start with the very beginning. Data is just a raw fact and figures like numbers, names, events, okay, collected but not yet interpreted. So look at this table. Here we have order ID, customer name, item, and amount. So here On its own, this does not tell you a story. It's just fact sitting there. Data show up in three basic forms here. For example, we have numbers here like 1042, 1043, like that. And we have name like Ravi, Anjali, Karan, like that. And the amount we have 340, 560, like that. And also we have item, right? Biryani, pizza, like that. So this is what the data. The story comes later. That's where analytics come in. So next we move on to what is analytics. So if data is raw material, analytics is the thinking layer on top of it. Analytics is simply the process of examining data to find patterns, trends, or insights. Think of it like this: you start with the raw data, just collected facts. Then you examine it, you look for structure, right? So patterns start to emerge, trends show up, and finally you get insight, actual meaning of the data. A simple way to remember this is analytics is just asking data the right questions. Okay. Next, move on to the next slide. What is data analytics? Now put those two together. Data and analytics. Data means raw fact, analytics the examination process equals data analytics. The practice of extracting meaning from data. In one sentence, data analytics turns raw numbers into decision people can actually act on. That's the whole game. So not just looking at numbers, turning them into your decisions. So what we call as data analytics. So we move on to the next slide. Why data analytics matter? So why should we care? Here we have three big reasons. First, it helps businesses grow. It reveals what customers actually want and where money is leaking. And second, it improves decision. Instead of guessing, you have evidence, so decisions are faster and harder to argue with. And third one, it drives success. Companies that use their data consistently outperform companies that just go with gut feeling and to put a number on it. Well used analytics can mean roughly 2.5 times faster decision and a real measurable edge in profitability and competitiveness. So next we move on to the key tools used in data analytics. Let's talk about tools because this is probably the question on everyone's mind. What do I actually need to learn? Four main ones. For example, first one is Excel for quick calculations and everyday reporting, especially on smaller data sets. And next one is SQL for querying and managing large data set that live in databases. And third one is Python for cleaning, automating, and modeling data at scale. And the final one is Power BI for building the interactive dashboards that stakeholders actually look at. So you don't need all four on day one, but knowing that what each one is tells for you where to start. If you have used any of one of these tools, you can comment in the chat box. If you have already used Python, you can chat Python in chat box, or you can already use Power BI. You can type Power BI, or you have already used Excel. You can type Excel on the chat box. So next, we move on to the steps in data analytics project. Every analytics project, no matter how big or small, follows the five steps. First one is problem definition. Get crystal clear on the question you are answering. And second one is data collection. Gather the data you need. Then third one is data cleaning. Remove errors, duplicates and gaps because messy data gives you messy answer. And the fourth one is analysis. Explore the data for trends and relationships. Five, interpretation. Translate what you found into an actual decision. If you skip any one of these two steps, especially cleaning, and everything downstream quietly breaks. So keep these five steps flow in your head because we are about to see it live. Okay. Then we move on to the live project. Let's put this into practice. We are going to compare Swiggy and Zomato, two of India's biggest food delivery platforms. Swiggy launched in 2014, focused on food delivery, while Zomato launched in 2008 and combined delivery with restaurant discovery. We are going to walk through a real comparative analysis on this two from raw data all the way to a business insight. Using the exact five steps we have just covered. Next, we move on to the defining the problem and data. Before that, I'm going to know that you have already used Swiggy and Zomato. From your experience, which Which one is faster? You can type in the chat box whether it is Swiggy is faster or Zomato is faster. You can type in the chat box. Okay. Then defining the problem and data. Step 1 and 2, define the problem and figure out what data we need. Our business question is which perform deliver better customer value? Is it faster delivery, better rating, or better pricing? Why does this matter? It helps investors compare the two companies. It helps customers pick the better platform. And it helps each company spot its own weak points. To answer this, we collected four things: order volume by city name and month, and delivery time in average minutes, and customer rating from App Store, and pricing plus delivery platforms fees. So, next, move on to the slide. Cleaning the data and running the analysis. We have saw the before two steps and we move on to the remaining two steps. Step 3 and 4. Clean the data, then analyze it. On the cleaning side, we remove duplicates orders, standardized city names. So if you have a spelling for Bangalore in LORE, but in sometimes we can use Bengaluru, LURU, are not treated as two different cities, filled or dropped missing ratings, and filtered out cancelled or test order. So remember, clean data is the foundation. Bad inputs guarantee bad insights. So no matter how smart your analysis is, then for analysis we compared average delivery times by city, cross-tabbed rating against price tiers, tracked order volume over 12 months, and split results by metro versus non-metro. And notice the tools here: Excel for quick cuts, SQL to actually pull the order data, Python for the deeper trend analysis. This is those four tools from yearly working together in one real project. Okay, so move on to the next slide. What are the insights we are taking from here? What's the analysis actually showed? Look at the delivery time. In metro cities, Swiggy averages 28 minutes versus Zomato takes 31 minutes. In non-metro cities, it takes 34 minutes, but for Zomato, it takes 37 minutes. Swiggy is actually consistently faster. Now look at ratings. Swiggy sits 4.2 out of 5 and Zomato at 3.9. This is what a finished analysis looks like. Not walls of numbers, but a clear visual comparison anyone can read in 5 seconds. This is exactly what a Power BI and Excel chart is for. So then we move on to the next slide, interpreting the finding. Now step 5, interpretation. What does this actually mean? Swiggy delivers faster 3 to 4 minutes quicker on average across both metro and non-metro cities. Swiggy also rates higher 4.2 versus 3.9 and speed appears to correlate with satisfaction. Zomato on the other hand wins on delivery. Its restaurant variety and content features build their own loyal user base. And here is the insight in one line: speed drives satisfaction more than platform variety. A clear data backed lever both companies could act on. That's the whole point of analytics, turning a chart into a decision. So, next we move on to the key takeaways. Let's lock in what we have covered today. If you have if you have noticed that what are the tools we have covered: Excel, SQL, Python, and Power BI. You can type in the chat box what is the tools we are using for data analytics. So Excel, SQL, Python, and Power BI each solves a different part of the workflow. None of them replace the other. A good project always follows define, collect, clean, analyze, and interpret. And even a simple comparison like Swiggy versus Zomato can surface a decision ready insight. You just watch that happen, right? So next, we move on to the next slide. Why these tools matter. Now that you have seen the tools in action, let's talk about why each one specifically matters. If you are building a career here, Excel matters because nearly every company already runs on it. It is the fastest way to start working with real business data starting by day one. SQL matters because almost every company stores its data in databases. It's consistently the single most requested skill in analyst job posting. And also Python matters because it what separates analyst from advanced analyst. It automates the repetitive work and unlock predictive analysis Excel simply can't do. Okay. And Power BI matter because it's where your analysis becomes visible. The dashboard is what leadership actually looks. So it's often the tool that gets decision made. Okay. Let's move on to the next slide. Who can benefit from this? So, who is this actually for? Honestly, almost anyone. Students and freshers can build in demand skills before their first job and stand out with a portfolio of real projects like the one we just did. Working professional like who are working in marketing, finance, HR, operations, anything can add data skills to their current role and start making sharper, faster decisions. And also, it is suitable for a career switchers can move into one of the fastest growing tech career out there. And you don't even need a coding background to begin. And business owners and entrepreneurs can learn to understand their own numbers well enough to spot problem and opportunities early. If you fall into any of these buckets, this is relevant to you. And next, move on to the next slide. Career path and growth. Let's talk about where can actually take you. It typically starts as a junior analyst from 0 to 1 year in learning the tools, assisting with report. From there, you become a full data analyst, 1 to 3 years, owing end-to-end analysis for business area. Then, senior analyst for 3 to 6 years, leading complex projects and mentoring juniors. Then, analytics manager, 6 to 10 years, setting strategy and managing a team. And at the top, head of analytics, 10 plus years, driving data strategy at the leadership level. And it's not always a straight line. Plenty of analysts branch sideways into data science, BA development, and analytics consulting along the way. Okay. Then move on to the next slide. So, what is the data analytics by the numbers? Let's ground all of this in real number so you can know this is not just hype. India is projected to create over 11 million data and analytics jobs by 2026 across every industry, from e commerce to healthcare. At the same time, India is facing a shortage of over 11 lakh, that's 1.1 million skilled data professionals, which is exactly what's keeping demand high for new entrants. And in terms of pay, analysts skilled in SQL, Python, and Power BI earn 20 to 35% more than the peers who rely on basic alone. Excel basic alone. Zooming out, the industry itself is growing at roughly 25% a year. Salaries are climbing 12 to 15% annually, and the pay range runs from about 3.5 lakhs for a fresher up to 30 lakh for a senior analyst. There, these are the India's estimate aggregated from NASCOM, an industry salary survey. Okay, then let's start by connecting to create a data dashboard here. So now I'm going to create a live dashboard by using Power BI tool. By clicking the Power BI tool, you can see that the options displays in Power BI. So if I open the Power BI tool, it will visible as like this. Okay. So I'm going to open the Power BI tool now to make a data into clearful insights. So the Power BI tool will open like this. And here, feel free to share your thoughts in the chat while we wait. Yeah, go ahead and drop a comment if you have any questions so far. So here, I have a blank report option on the top left corner. I can select here. After that, I can get the visualization page here. Let's start by connecting to our data source. So I'm going to get a data in Excel format. I have Swiggy data set. So I'm going to get that data and importing here. Here it will show two options, load and transform. Okay. First, I will bring in the data set we will be working with. So here I will click the data and I will give the option as transform data. If I give the transform data, it will lead us to the Power Query editor. Here, this is the page called Power Query editor. Here you can type or you can edit or you can choose the column you want or you can remove the row you don't want like that. So here also we have tabs. In the top left corner you have home tab, transform tab, add column, view tab, tools like that. So in this is what the data I have. I have more than 6 column, and I have 35 rows. If you don't want any column from this table, you can right click here and you can click here remove option. Okay. So here I don't have any unwanted column. I have all this data as important table. So I'm going to now load and apply. In the top left corner, I'm going to close and apply option. So it take me to the load page. So in the right side, I will get the data as data table here. Data is loading here. So the same Swiggy sales data I have. In the left corner, right corner I have data table here. So here also we can get the column name visible here. So see, in the right side we have Swiggy sales data, and also along with I have column here. Now I'm going to create a dashboard by using this table. So see, before creating the dashboard, I want the title for that. So the top left corner I have insert option. Click that insert option and go to shapes. You can take which shapes you want to visible the title. So here I can take the rectangle shape for my title to visible. Here I am going to align here. I'm taking the rectangle shape to make my title as visible. So let us make the dashboard together. Here I'm going to take the shape option, getting the rectangle shape. Again, I'm going to write a title for this. I'm resizing the shape the proper way to visible the title. Here I'm resizing the rectangle shape. Now I'm going to give a title. In the right side, I have format option, filter option, data option. In that format shape, I'm going to click style option. Here I have text option. So I'm going to write a title here. So I'm clicking the text option to make my title visible. I'm going to give the let us give the dashboard name as Swiggy sales report. Okay. So here I'm going to give a title as Swiggy sales report. Swiggy sales report. It will take some time to take to load. Here I'm going to type Swiggy's sales dashboard. Okay. So I'm giving Swiggy sales dashboard for my understanding. If you want any other name, you can give. I'm going to resize this size, title size as Swiggy sales dashboard. I hope everyone can see this dashboard title. Okay. Let us make the charts by comparing the values. Here here we have visualization option in the right side. Here we have different kinds of charts. So I am going to choose a column chart here. So by clicking the column chart, you can compare the data by total value by city. Here I have a table for Swiggy sales data, city, food category, month, order date, payment mode, and rating, restaurant, and total view. Based on the total value, I am going to compare the data in each table. Okay. I'm going to compare by each table. In y-axis, I'm going to give, let us make in y-axis, we can give total value by city. Okay. This is what the first chart I'm taking to visualize the chart. Then let us choose another chart. Okay, let us choose the stacked bar chart. So here, let us compare total value by rating. Okay, this is what another chart. Then I can let us take another chart like pie chart. You all aware about pie chart thing? Okay. Let us compare total value by payment mode. Okay. So I hope everyone is watching this dashboard. Hope everyone is understanding by comparing the values. Okay. Then I'm going to take a chart as now I will add a chart to show. Let's insert a bar chart that to compare the numbers and let us insert the line chart here. One more chart to compare the data. Total value by order date is also fine. Food category is also fine. Okay. I can compare here total value by food category. Okay. Let us take a let us take a donut chart. Everyone aware about donut, right? Many of them uh, have already eaten the donut. So the same like donut, I have chosen here a donut chart by comparing total value by month. Okay. So these are the small visualization dashboard. For this charts, I'm going to add a border. So by clicking this chart, I can come to same style option, format your visual option. Here I'm going to general option. Here I'm going to click the effect and giving the visual border option. Okay. By selecting this, you can get the visual border for each chart. I hope everyone watching this dashboard now. I hope everyone are understanding this chart dashboard. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions to ask me. If you have any question, chat me in the chat box. I'm using these charts because it shows the comparison more clearly. This visual works best for tracking changes over time. Okay. Same thing for pie chart also. I'm giving the border. Okay. I hope everyone is chatting in the chat box right now. Okay. So this is what the Swiggy sales dashboard looks like. For this dashboard also I'm going to give a border. Chart also I'm going to give a border. Select the general option, goes to effects, click here visual border. Then move on to the donut chart. Here also I'm going to give the border for this. So by using this border, your visualization more looks more clear. So for that I'm taking the borders to separate the charts. So this is what our dashboards looks like. Now I'm going to filter the data. Now I'm going to filter the data. If I click any options like if Swiggy sales data, I'm clicking here Bangalore. The whole data set will change based on the Bangalore. What is the people giving rating? What is the payment mode actually in Bangalore? What is the value by month in Bangalore? What is the food category sold in Bangalore? So the whole dashboard will change based on that filter. So this is what the interactive dashboard I have created today. So what should you actually do after the session is pick a question you are genuinely curious about. Pull a small data set and run it through the 5 steps we have covered today. Concurrently practice a few basic SQL queries on a public data set. Build one pivot table or one Power BI dashboard or just reproduce a Swiggy vs Zomato style comparison on any two brands you personally follow. Okay? You don't need any permission or a perfect data set to start. You just need one small question. Okay. I will stick around for any questions. If you have any question, let me know in the chat box. I hope everyone can enjoy this session and understand the dashboards. I have, yeah. I can see many of them are chatting in the chat box. Okay, welcome. Hi. Can you compare any company? Yeah, Ahmad, we can compare more than one company. Yes, we can create more than one pages in report. Okay, thank you. So let us see the chat box. Whether you have any question, feel free to ask me a question in the chat box. As per we can use different chart to compare the data. So thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Jennifer, sir, for such an insightful and informative session. And I am sure everyone has gained a valuable knowledge about data analytics and the career guidance opportunities available in this field. So, friends, if today's session inspired you and you like to explore this career further, our counselors are available to guide you personally. Whether you want to understand which course is right for you, eligibility, course duration, batch timing, certification, projects, internship opportunity, and placement assistant, our team will be happy to help. You can simply reply to WhatsApp message you receive for this webinar or scan the QR code that you see on the screen or click on the chat box and also mention in description. This registration is completely free and to be used for your further learning. However, one who registered today also qualifies for 20% discount on all Apollo program. But remember, this offer is valid for next 10 minutes only. So pick up your phone, scan the QR code now, your time starts now. If timer runs out, not to worry. We also have something for you latecomers. If you register within 24 hours, you may win a chance for free digital marketing program. So let's begin. Thank you once again for joining today's webinar. The QR code screen will be remain on the screen until the countdown timer ends. On behalf of Apollo Computer Education, I wish all the very best for your career. Have a wonderful day, stay safe and keep learning.
Good job.